Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to another video here at Navega Exhausts. Today, we're going to talk and I'll teach and explain to you how you're going to connect with an exhaust store, or even here in your own navigation, how are you going to choose your exhaust. Now, often people call and they don't exactly know what they want. So, we're going to explain to you the difference between materials, the difference in mufflers, tips, and other things too. So I'm going to show you up close and explain the differences in materials and also explain the differences between the mufflers. And of course, I'll do a step-by-step guide to help make it easier for you to make your choice of your muffler or the style of exhaust you prefer. Basically, our step-by-step guide will start with the pipes, then we'll move on to the mufflers, and finally we'll move on to the tips. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is the piping part. Here we have a galvanized steel pipe and here we have a stainless steel pipe, okay? What are the differences between galvanized steel and stainless steel in terms of piping? Their durability is very close. If you're looking for performance, what happens with the stainless steel pipe on the side? It is a pipe where it does not retain anything inside it. So, for example, in this case, it is not so smooth inside. So you lose a little performance over time with galvanized steel as well, as it starts creating particles from the exhaust system and starts to create dust that doesn't come out even in curves. When we use galvanized steel, which would be this one, when we go to make a curve, we have to bend the pipe. As you can see, the pipe is wider here and it is smaller here. What happens is when we bend it, we lose airflow inside, right? We lose the flow of gases, so we also end up losing power. When we use stainless steel, we use a ready-made curve. This ready-made curve doesn't reduce the angle of the pipe, right? It doesn't reduce the width of the pipe, so you can maintain a good flow of gases inside the exhaust, thus not generating loss of power. It also doesn't hold inside. Those particles, so in terms of performance, stainless steel is the best thing. The first step you will do is choose between galvanized steel or stainless. From the moment you choose material, you have to choose, in this case, the size in inches. You can buy 2 inches, 2.5, 3 inches, and this will vary according to the performance of your car. So if your car has 200 horsepower, 2 inches is more suitable if it is a turbo car. If the car has 250 horsepower, 2.5 is recommended. If the car has more than 300 horsepower, is recommended in the case of 3 inches. So the first thing you need to do is choose the material and the size of the pipe for your exhaust. Then we leave here the type of material, the size in inches, and we will come here for the mufflers. So here we have galvanized steel mufflers and we have stainless steel mufflers. What is the difference? Galvanized steel, what happens? As we know, inside the exhaust system there is some water, right, due to our fuel. So what can happen? You can collect water here inside the muffler and it starts to corrode faster. So the big advantage with stainless steel is that it takes longer to corrode. In fact, it doesn't even corrode. So a stainless steel will last much longer than galvanized steel in terms of corrosion, okay? Here we have some models. I'm going to show you that this is something that you also have to make a choice. Firstly, you have to see what material it is and how many inches you want to use in the piping. Secondly, you will choose the muffler, whether it will be made of galvanized steel or whether it will be made of... Firstly, you need to choose the material, then decide how many mufflers you want. You could want 1, 2, or even 3 mufflers in your car. And of course, you need to consider if it fits under your car, right? Certain cars, for example, the Mini Cooper, are a bit tricky because there isn't much space underneath the car. From there, you have a few models to choose from. So here we start. We have the model which has 1 input and 1 output. We have models with 2 inputs and 2 outputs. We have models with 1 input and 2 outputs. So in this case, it would be a combination of the first two. One pipe goes in, two come out, for you to create a tailpipe at the rear of the car. Finally, we have another model that we call the INT model, which in this case takes in one pipe in the middle and one comes out on each side of the car, right? So this INT model is one we're starting to use in cars where there will be a double outlet at the rear with an outlet on each side, just like my. From here, you've chosen how many inputs and outputs your muffler will have. Next, decide what material you want your muffler to be, whether it's carbonized steel or stainless steel. After choosing the quantity of mufflers, you'll move on to the final part, which is choosing the tailpipes. At that moment, this is when you'll decide if you want to use one tailpipe, two tailpipes, or a tailpipe where the Y already comes prepared. Or if there's a tailpipe you like and it doesn't exist with a prepared Y, they can also customize the Y for you. Take note that these tailpipes are aligned and are both at the same height, right? If you prefer to place one a bit further back and the other a bit further forward, they can also do that for you. So that's basically it. Let's go back to the beginning. Firstly, you need to choose the material and the diameter of the pipe. Next, decide which material and which muffler you want to use. Thirdly, choose how many mufflers you want along with the input, output, and diameter of the mufflers. Finally, you decide how many tailpipes you want to install on your car. I hope that I have clarified a lot of your queries about how to choose an exhaust and everything it involves. That you have to decide, right? Many people simply call and say, I want muffler X or Z for my car, but they don't know what material they want to use, nor what the pipe's diameter is. So here, I've tried to education and assist you in making an informed and straightforward choice when choosing an exhaust from start to finish. I also want to remind you that even though the muffler is made of stainless steel, you can use it with galvanized steel piping, okay? Just because the muffler is made of stainless steel does not mean you can't use it in conjunction with galvanized steel. So folks, if you have any questions about the muffler, the piping, or the tailpipe, please leave them in the comments and we'll try to answer them. This video was created because we see that some car enthusiasts want to build an exhaust, but sometimes they're not exactly sure what they want. They just want to remove a muffler and fit a sports muffler, or maybe they want to do a complete exhaust. People these days may not fully understand the differences in material, what to assemble, and everything else involved in building an exhaust. So this video was intended to clear up those doubts and help you make better choices when fitting an exhaust to your car. Alright? If you like the video, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you need anything related to exhausts, if you want to build a stainless steel sports exhaust, if you want to change a muffler, or if your car simply has a muffler that's already damaged or corroded, give Navega Exhausts a call. They can assist you 100%. They offer all kinds of services related to the exhaust area. So whether your car is original or modified, it doesn't matter. Bring it here and we will serve you well, okay? That's it guys, take care.